Hey, what's up guys? Ken here from the Retro Toy Escapades channel in Malaysia. Thanks for joining me today for a look at the mini comic that comes with MOTU Origins Wave 7 Challenge of Jitsu. Now, Jitsu is the only villain figure from Wave 7 of MOTU Origins, so you kind of would expect that whatever tale they've cooked up here would be centered around him. Now, the story begins with the sorceress summoning He-Man and his friends to Castle Grayskull in order to deal with a new emergency situation that threatens the peace and stability of Eternia. Interestingly, aside from He-Man, only the heroic warriors that are in Wave 7 of the toys, Buzz-Off and Stratos, have turned up for this meeting. Now, the rest of them are not required or have been given the day off. I mean, this should be a situation that will require the attention of, say, Man-at-Arms? Maybe even Clamchamp? Anyway, both Buzz-Off and Stratos mentioned that their respective kingdoms of Andrinos and Avion have come under destructive attack from some unseen force. And by the way, is it just me, or does Buzz-Off look really demure and feminine in this picture here? What the hell? I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Okay, the sorceress then shows them some cool holographic 3D imagery of the mystic mountains of Eternia, which have come under tremendous physical assault recently by someone or something that just enjoys smashing up the mountain terrain. Yeah. Also, you can't help but notice that even though it is supposedly the original mini-comic Stratos that is being offered in this wave, yet it is the regular, standard and traditional version of Stratos that is being showcased in the comic. It's like even the mini comic that comes with this wave doesn't make the effort to recognize the poor version of the Stratos action figure that is supposed to be present, okay? Further enhancing the view that the mini comic figure of Stratos is in fact actually pointless and should not exist. Okay, moving along, the heroes then descend upon the Mystic Mountains, which, by the way, kind of sounds like a Led Zeppelin song. Or is that the Misty Mountain? Okay, anyway, there's a cameo appearance here from the Talon Fighter. I guess we're going to be getting the toy soon in Origins, right? Please don't make it suck like the Wind Raider did. Okay, once there, they spy the source of the Great Disturbance, which is none other than the controversial Oriental warrior known as Jitsu. Jitsu is seen here preying on a lion-like creature known as the Manticore. Now, I was wondering why this beast sounded so familiar. Then I dug up the classic 80s mini-comic Dragon's Gift, and sure enough, somewhere within these pages, there is an appearance by a lion-like creature called the Manticore. There you go. And to my knowledge, there's never been an action figure rendition of this creature, not even in MOTU Classics, which seem to do like everything. But it seems like something that Mattel could create using an existing Battle Cat body. What do you guys think? Getting back to the story, and in a shocking scene of animal abuse, Jitsu descends upon the Manticore and gives it a Hiiii, swatting it aside cruelly like a bug with his indestructible right hand. Now, if you didn't hate Jitsu before this, then this heartless scene of pure ruthlessness will certainly get you there. Scum! So anyway, the heroic masters are not having any of this funny business, and they begin their advance on Jitsu. In fact, they start to get totally gangster about it as well. They go like, state your business and leave, or we will force you to leave. But Jitsu just laughs it off and challenges them to a face-off. He-Man then goes into bouncer mode and tells Jitsu, force you to leave, it is. Jitsu replies him here and goes, the one they call He-Man. At last we meet. Then the next panel here is interesting because it's completely wordless. I mean, Jitsu is just standing there kind of like, come at me, fools. But he doesn't say anything, and it's kind of cool actually, and I was surprised that a mini comic with only 6 pages to tell its story actually has the space to generously afford a whole single panel without dialogue. You know, for a minute there, I almost thought that it was a mistake, you know, that this panel was supposed to be for the version that went to the international market that's not supposed to have any dialogue in it. But I don't know, man, maybe it's just supposed to be a cool shot of Jitsu standing there challenging his opponents without having to say a word. Anyway, Jitsu then launches into both Stratos and Buzzov with lightning quick reflexes, unleashing the full force of his giant golden right hand, and he yaks them both senseless. Okay, they don't even stand a chance. Rulers, both of them. Okay, they both got their own kingdoms. Okay, but just taken down in an instant. But then He-Man steps in. And I'm kind of upset here because this is supposed to be the big payoff battle between the two main characters, and they kind of pull a cheat here by just showcasing the whole fight between them, in just really small, quick panels that have no dialogue, essentially just no tension, no drama. It's just basically just shots of them just throwing punches at each other, okay? And this is the same gimmick that they used to tell the fight between the battle armor He-Man and Skeletor in that comic, if I recall. So yeah, I hate it when fight scenes are told in this way because it just seems like a fast way to just get it over and done with. Anyway, at the climax of the fight, and we see that Jitsu is getting ready to deliver the final fatal blow onto He-Man. And there's kind of been a running gag throughout the entire story in which, Jitsu has been taking out all his opponents with just one single blow of his giant golden right hand. And while he's doing that, he's been going, Hiiii! And doing so. And it seems that in this panel here, he goes, Hiiii! Because He-Man just stops his hand. And apparently that's never happened before. Jitsu is stunned that someone has actually been able to stop the force of his golden right hand. Hey, but come on, dude, it's He-Man, okay? What were you expecting? So, he's standing there in disbelief, and this gives the heroes the momentary opportunity they need to just take him out cold. Overall, you can't go into a mini comic like this expecting much of a plot, okay, and there isn't really much, but it is a pretty entertaining read in the sense that we get to see Jitsu squaring off against a couple of masters of the universe. I would say, however, that the story might have been more interesting if it was more of a battle of wits, okay, brute force versus wits. Like, what if it was just Jitsu versus Stratos and Buzzov, okay? Because anytime you get a character like He-Man in there and brute force is involved, okay, the battle's just about as good as won, all right? And He-Man is not even in this particular wave, okay? So what's he doing in the story, all right? So yeah, overall, I would say that it's a pretty entertaining read. Let me know what you think of it, okay? Let me know what you thought of the video in the comment section, and I'll catch all of you guys again real soon. Thank you.